let's mark this as an epilogue to our conversation we had yesterday. Meaning that since I lost the bet,
yeah,
and you being who you are, we go to Mr. Fuddrucker, and you being a PB.
So what happened was we got there, we ordered the food.
The what?
The food.
I thought you said the poo.
We ordered the food.
Okay.
And I told him I just want a plain burger. Yeah. No lettuce, no bread, just plain burger. But when I said plain, I thought they would understand what plain mean, but apparently they still added a buttload of seasoning to it. So when I got it, I tried to soak up the plethora of grease and fat that was.
You used a tampon to soak up
but it wasn't enough.
Seasoning.
And the seasoning would have just it would have tore me up. So I had to put it in a to-go box and take it to my mother and sister, which they enjoyed today for lunch. So because of that, he called me. First of all, I compromised because I would never eat out anyway unless.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Unless it's like a real expensive restaurant.
like what?
Like Ruth Chris. Not because I'm Hasididi, but because the more expensive, the less people, the more time they have to actually care about what they do. When you go to a fast food, everybody's rushing. They can just, they're less
cordial,
particular about their hygiene and their preparation methods. I know this because I used to work at an assisted living place and in the kitchen, and when it was rush hour, rush time, we tried, but
you cut corners.
You had to cut corners. So this is why I prefer to eat out at an expensive restaurant when I do eat out. So I compromised. However, I had to hold fast to my principles of experience, knowledge, and I had to say no. So I watched everybody else eat, and I enjoyed watching them eat, but I couldn't do it. So because of that, he wants to call me picky. And I said, I'm not picky because I want to. I'm picky because, like I just said, experience, knowledge. When you learn something, you apply it and you adjust. So why would I repeat something that I know is not going to end up well?
All right.
Now, let's pick up. Now we pick it up.
We'll pick up right there.
We pick up. That's where we left off.
How about this? Okay.
Hit me.
As an experiment to see how well off you really are, you try something that you used to do, and to actually see the results of ingesting something like that.
So let me ask you this: when you got on me about my oil, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know where I'm going with
it.
So you want me to repeat a mistake that I know it's not?
No.
See,
that has totally different.
The light will come on. The engine light will come on.
Your ass would come on
when you don't put oil in the car at the time when it's supposed to, especially if it's an old car.
Right.
No matter when, if you don't do it, the light's gonna come on.
Right.
If the light comes on, something's wrong. That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Why not?
No, it's not.
And I'm going to tell you why, but why not?
Okay. Because you're talking about an engine, not a human being.
Okay, so you say that based on what you know, which is fine. I say
that. Everything based on what I know.
And that's my point. Okay. I know just a tad bit more about what goes in the body.
That's why I talk to you about it.
Just like you know a tad bit more, a lot more about vehicles and other shit. So I'm not going to argue about that. But this is a field that I'm well aware of because of experience and knowledge.
Gotcha.
Now, I'm not going to test to see how healthy I am because I know what spices do. Acclimation is not immunity. It's not strength. It just means you got weaker than you was before. An example that I always bring up is when they took the two pigeons and they put them in a room. And they put them in the same room or they put them in a different room. Anyways, it was one pigeon. Let's go back. They took one pigeon and put it in one room. They slowly.
They put one pigeon and put him in 2 rooms.
They put. It was still alive.
Alive. Okay.
That was the magic trick.
Right.
Now they took one pigeon and they put it in one room, right? And they slowly pumped smoke into the room.
Okay.
The pigeon was okay because over time it got acclimated.
Right.
When they took the healthy pigeon and they put him in that room, that nigga dropped dead because he wasn't acclimated to the poison.
Right.
It doesn't matter how many times you could wait forever or not wait forever. The same result is going to reproduce itself. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to get across to you. Like, I need to be that sensitive so I can know what is wrong when it's wrong. I don't want to wait till it's too late. I don't want to develop scar tissue and then have to work its way through the scar tissue so that by the time I realize, damn, I'm out on the side of the road with my engine blowing up and now I need to call AAA. Or in this case, I need a triple bypass surgeon. No.
All right.
So I don't want to hear that.
Okay, you go to the extreme.
That's not the extreme. That's just the fact.
It is extreme. Okay.
Oh,
I mean, like say a 5-ounce steak with a little bit of sauce on it is going to kill you. Is that what you're saying?
When you haven't had that shit for years, listen. This is one of the reasons. This is why I love this cast.
Good. I'm glad.
This is because we have real life experiences and we can actually bring some understanding about history with it. Now, the reason why when Christopher Columbus came over, right?
Wow.
Right, look.
You're going that far back?
These conquistadors, all right?
What?
I know,
man,
but they're Spanish, and that's why he came from. He was what's you call?
He's Italian.
He's Italian, but he was endorsed and sponsored by Spain, so that's the reason I made that connection.
Oh, okay, Isabella, yeah.
But anyways,
very good. Okay.
So all right, when the white man came over, right?
How do you know he's white?
He brought over his food. Now, the population that was here had been here for ages, accustomed to one type of diet. Right. That their bodies have just, we know what's good, we know what's not good.
Right.
Now, when they came over, they introduced a whole bunch of different foods.
Yeah.
The moment this happened, and I used this term the other day, you thought I was joking, but it's a serious one. It's called biological culture shock.
Okay.
It shocked their system. When that happens, their immune system dramatically drops. Okay. This is what aided in them being exterminated because now they were open to all these different diseases that the white man carried over here as well.
Sure.
And, so the biological culture shock opened up and accelerated the biological warfare that they was using by giving them blankets full of smallpox and all this. And 90% of the indigenous population were wiped out, not because of war, but because of disease.
Yeah.
And it began with the food. The food is the main weapon. Okay. When you wanna brainwash somebody, what do? You restrict their protein intake. Now they're more susceptible to being brainwashed. These are techniques that the military use.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And cults. Like, food is that essential. So yeah, when I say that a little bit of sugar or a little bit of seasoning can alter something, some people, okay, hold up, okay.
How many times are you gonna say?
Hold up.
He's stuck. Hold on. It's stuck. Okay, are you ready?
Because you know I got a good point.
No kidding.
Look,
that was 12 okay.
You said a little bit of and a little bit of is not gonna do. Okay. So tell that to a kid that's across the room, and you open a bag of peanuts all the way on the other cross of the room, and what happens? Okay. Just the smell.
Okay, all right.
Just the smell. That one molecule traveling that distance hits him, and what? Now you got to hit him with an EpiPen, or you're gonna have some.
Hey, that's a case scenario that could happen. But are you that little kid with the little peanut allergy? Are you that person?
But I can break out in hives.
How do you know?
Because I have.
When?
Oh my goodness.
When?
Look, do you know that eating leftover food increases the amount of histamines in that food by 100,000,000,000%. So when you then eat leftovers, now you end up with inflammation somewhere in the body. That's gonna be it's gonna be either allergies or hives or whatever, itchiness. Something is gonna happen. Now our body is well equipped, so it'll get rid of it. But over time, that same habit is just wearing the body. The body is more concerned about recovering itself instead of building. This is how we wear out a lot sooner than we're supposed to. But these are things that we're unaware of.
Well, let me ask you something. Okay. What leftovers are we talking about?
I'm just using that as an example.
Well, I'm just saying.
Something that small that seems so trivial to the normal person because we do it every day. We've been doing it as kids. Cold pizza and pancakes left in the microwave. The longer food sits out, the more histamines it gives. And so aged smoked meats, aged meats, cheese, all these have more histamines. And that builds up, it creates estrogen. It's just a whole slew, and we're just unaware. So don't tell me that a little bit of seasoning is not going to affect me. No, it is going to affect me because it's not supposed to go in there in the first place.
All right, I got you.
And I've always told people it's not really what you eat. It's what you put on the shit. Yeah. Well, see now we're talking about something different now here.
Hey, you opened that door.
Nah, we're talking about. Nah, you did yesterday when we was driving.
Well,
you was driving and you saw
what did I say?
That mannequin at the beach.
Oh,
with the pants. There was a
lady
mannequin.
All you can eat.
Yeah, exactly. All you can eat. A lady mannequin with some pants. All you can eat. I was like,
That was good though.
I was hungry before. Now I'm really starving. Anyways,
that's right, because you didn't eat nothing. you were starving. You had to wait 12 hours before you eat again.
Hey, look, I'd rather eat.
I eat the mannequin.
I'd rather eat ass all day than that bison with spices.
That's less histamine. Huh?
Well, it ain't got no spices on that. It's just pure.
Sure.
Pure.
Sure. Okay. That is funny. No, hey, I what do they say? To each his own.
Nah, fuck that. To everybody. Everybody should be doing that. It's just that we're not. And look,
we're not as disciplined as you are. Okay,
I have nothing to do with discipline.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, because hey, you decided that wasn't what you ate. I'm gonna wait 6 more hours. That's discipline.
I felt bad though.
I did too.
I felt bad for you.
I said, why the fuck did I waste money on this dude who's going to just scrape the crap of it? Hey, I'm just saying. It was eaten, but it wasn't eaten by the right person.
What was it? It was well, if you want to give me something else to eat.
Oh, screw that.
Then you know what you
get. I got some raw burgers here.
Just don't
munch away.
Put no spices on it.
Yeah, right.
Nah, like I said, it was a thought. We said we did what we said we was gonna do.
Yeah. So. But hey, and I tell you what, it takes you courage to go out. Okay, I mean, you were out of your element pretty much. I could tell that you were like, I really don't want to do this kind of thing.
Well, I wanted to.
It's not something you normally do, and that's
fine. But it's being that you can't get locked into your own whatever. You gotta use, like I said, there's God in everything.
Right.
So it's just we place
boundaries.
What? There's God in everything.
Really? Okay.
What?
Which one? Which God?
The one that we can't put a finger on. The one we can't conceive of. That one.
Okay. All right.
And
the one we don't put in a box. Is that what you're saying?
That one.
I got you. Okay.
And so it's up to us to become aware of it. So I don't mind doing things outside of what I normally do.
Right.
But there's just boundaries. You know.
Well, one of the things I've learned is in my years of experiences. Okay, you kind of adjust, and my dad taught me this too. You kind of be that person that no matter where you're at, you can fit in.
Yep.
No matter where. You can be in at a white wedding, or you can be at
That's almost like the key to happiness.
Yeah. And you can actually talk to anybody in there, and just be yourself, and they can accept you as who you are. You don't feel, and the reason why most people are afraid they're afraid to communicate with other people. Like my daughter, she's so shy. Remember
that was
yesterday?
Ridiculous.
Remember yesterday? See, that's the
that was ridiculous.
No kidding.
I wouldn't have did it. I wouldn't have ordered for her.
I know. Hey,
she just wouldn't have eaten.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Yeah, you're
see, I'm not a good dad for doing
no,
that.
You might have been a good dad. I don't know your daughter. I'm just telling you what I would have did.
No,
you might have known her enough to know that she wasn't ready to order for herself.
No,
I would have said, I'm throwing your ass in the deep end, period.
All right, I'm doing it more and more that she has to speak up for herself when that comes.
But you know what, though? She did speak up at the funeral.
Yeah, she did.
And that was, I'm like, you speak up at that, not order a sandwich.
Yeah,
then,
there's no comparison. I understand.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Because, it was a little bit of a push for her to do that but she did stand up, and that's one thing I kind of.
Speaking of which,
yeah,
when I was getting that 3/8 tube for the vacuum that
the line,
line.
that fixed, right?
Fixed.
Sweet.
He didn't even need that little plastic thing that the line attaches to.
Yeah.
He took it out. He just put it straight like that. He gave it to me in case I needed to put it on there.
Right.
He said it just fits. Simple.
Yeah.
So I gave him a couple of dollars, and that was perfect. That was perfect. Like, it was a struggle just to give him that. He reminded me of me.
Right.
And I was like, well, either I'm gonna give it to you, or I'm gonna give it to the guy inside.
Right.
I'll save you the headache.
Yeah.
So it worked.
Well,
out.
it doesn't have to often. See, that's the thing.
Well, it was perfect. And I was like, nah, man, that's your time. That's your expertise.
Yeah.
He was like, man, my uncle said the same thing. But you know what? I just do it just because. I'm like, I understand. And it's like I'm talking to myself right now. But now I know how annoying that is. But it's whatever. Anyways, he was helping somebody else there earlier.
Right.
And she said, oh, yeah, I worked right here at Smith and Williams.
Okay.
And I was like, what? Y'all some good people.
Uh-huh.
She was like, what? She was like, yeah, when you? I was like, yeah, I was just at a service there not too long ago. And I told her the next. She's like, really? That was one of the best services we ever had. People was talking about that for a while. I was like, yeah, and she's like, I thought I recognized you. I was like, yeah, I'm the one that gave y'all a headache because y'all couldn't figure out how to transfer the file for the music. She was like, no. There was only one person out of the whole thing that said, that's some interesting music for a funeral. But everybody else, they loved it. I was like, well, I'm glad that was her music. Yeah. So. But y'all good people. Then I told her once my mom gets her name changed,
right,
we're gonna go over there and start setting up because they're VA. She's like, yeah, everybody's there VA. The lady that did the makeup.
Yeah.
Her Laura, I think her name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Laura.
Is her mentor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she does the
she's actual in the part.
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
They're VA this, and I'm like, that's the reason. I was like, y'all good people, and it's genuine.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the sincerity was very, especially when you do something like that all the time, you can kind of lose that.
Right.
But it was like it just felt good. So I was like, y'all the ones that y'all good people.
Business, yeah.
So and I tell them that. So yeah, she sends her whatevers and regards and everything.
You don't know her name though.
Nah, I just know she was a mentor.
Okay.
Laura was the real skinny one.
Yeah.
She's kind of heavy set.
Yeah.
So that's only I didn't ask for names. I really don't care about names, to be honest.
Oh.
I like to just talk to souls.
Yeah.
Just like your
the
name
skinny
is
ones
really...
or the fat ones or whatever.
Yeah.
I got you. No, I understand. Well, see what comes around. I mean, it's all. Yeah. And that, what we talk about, synchronicity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's happening more and more to me. And one of the things about it is you can cut it off anytime you want to. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's like one of those things where your inner self is saying to yourself, hey, go do this. Okay? You just don't know why, but if you don't, it's gonna,
It's instincts,
intuition.
intuition.
It's something, yeah. And I met this guy today. Remind me of you, okay?
Must have been a sexy ass.
No, he was no. It was a funny situation because the color code was the same.
Oh, he was half black, half Puerto Rican.
No.
He wore black and red like that?
No, his friend was white and he was black. That's the color code.
Okay.
It's not him. But he's a merchant marine.
Oh.
As solid as a rock.
I was thinking about merchant marines yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, that's weird. Well, he helped the guy out that did my fence. Okay. And
the one that left it crooked.
Yeah. Well, he's corrected it, as far as I know, but I ain't looked at it, and I'm not.
I did.
I'm not worried about it. Yeah, or whatever. But I felt bad for the guy because of what happened to him. It's one of those things where whatever can go wrong went wrong, and he fell into that thing where I've been there before, where no matter what you did, it didn't work or didn't help, and you fall deeper and deeper. Well, he was at his deepest end.
So you gave him another $10,000.
No.
You just gonna be
No. He fixed it, and I took care of him as I should. But the friend that was working with, his name was Jerome. Was it Jerome or Jacob? Jerome.
Antoine?
No. Well, Jay. He goes by Jay, and I was like, oh, cool, man. Say my initials, and he impressed me as a person because he was talking about the same things I was talking about. Like, you help somebody out, you've known him forever, and yet he's still a dumbass, but you still help him out, and you kind of like, not be the mentor, but be that best friend that will, hey, I'm right behind you, whatever it takes, that kind of. And he seemed to be that kind of person, and he gives me a little bit of his life story about his dad being in the Navy for 21 years, retires, same as mine. Same, it's kind of like a parallel kind of thing. And then he said at the age of 44, he retired from the Navy at 39, 40 because he went in so early.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he made a name for himself and everything, but as soon as he made a name for himself and getting ready, he dies of stomach cancer at the age of 44.
Spices. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. You're an asshole,
Go
You're
ahead.
the biggest asshole. But then he talks about his mom, and then she says he's got, stage 1 breast cancer, but they caught it and they're doing stuff like
sugar.
Well, okay.
Go ahead.
I told him, I said, hey, it's in your family, so you better keep an eye on yourself, kind of thing. He was a real smart man. I really.
And that's true, because once that's been written into your DNA, your genetics, you got to be careful not to follow the same habits that activate those genes.
Yeah.
So you can write it back out your DNA.
Oh yeah.
But it'll take 1 or 2, 3 generations.
But
it starts with not eating spices when you're not supposed to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
As an example, it's just an example.
Yeah. It's one of those.
Examples.
Take a shot at it. Take a shot. Boom! Right there.
Take a shot at what?
Take a shot. Take a shot at whatever.
Heroin.
What I'm talking about.
Some?
No. Yeah. There you go. Oh, you're gonna take heroin, but you want to take a little spice. Give me a break.
But that's not spices.
What? Okay, I'm sorry. It's chemicals.
But at least with that, I can see the face of God before
there you go.
Anything happens.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, I had an instinct just to go out there and talk to him, or I had that.
I see.
Where you, like you said, the lady at Smith and Williams, you're right there at the same time, and you, instead of ignoring the fact that she was there, spoke right up and you.
Well, I think when you said you had the choice, you could turn that synchronicity on and off.
Yeah.
I think in both of our cases, when your energy and perspective is being directed outwards, towards the greater, when it's not on you,
right?
I think that opens up more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because in my case, if I was just like, man, I wish she would hurry up with her battle so I can get my stuff, so I can go, and been so self-involved, then I would have blocked myself off from the world. The world is going to provide the material for the synchronicity.
Sure.
So because the openness or the love is there, then you allow these things to happen,
Right.
and that's when you can participate.
Right. One of the things, like when you said, where the service was something memorable to somebody, nobody says anything about that. I don't even know. I just know how much I felt about it. But when you get feedback from something, and there was some, I've gotten some of it. That was one unusual or something different or something. But it was my way of saying goodbye kind of thing. But when you hear it from somebody just out of the blue, it's kind of like, yeah, that's reaffirming that, yeah, we did the right thing and we did a good job.
No, you should have saw her face.
Yeah.
The moment I said it, she was like, oh my God,
yeah.
And to think, because, it didn't just happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
been
It's
a couple months, 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for her to remember,
yeah.
I was like, the way her expression was on her face, it was like,
well,
that definitely.
I like the way. Oh yeah, I was the guy that was the jerk about being, or the expert in musical. That was perfect.
What I told
because
her,
you were. I mean, you stood up. You stood up where I didn't have the ability to do that. You took command of that.
Well, what I told her was like, I'm the one that was in the corner when he had said what he said, had everybody look at me. Yeah, I'm the one back there. With his head down. That's when she said, oh yeah, I remember now. It's like, this mother.
Hey, did you get an autograph?
Yes.
You didn't give me your autograph. You're a celebrity now.
Jeez. But, so I thought you might like to hear that.
Well, thank you. That reassured my
But look how that came around. That came around because you helped me look at that hose. No, I'm serious.
Oh yeah, I know. It just
you
said,
hey, let's look at it real quick.
Yeah. Well, you're the one that said, "Hey, what about my hose?" I gave you everything else, but you just stayed at the door saying, "What about the hose?" I mean,
you offered first. I reminded you.
I totally forgot, and I wanted to get your ass out of here. But hey,
and so you looked at it. You was like, "Yeah, just go over there and see, if they got a hose or whatever."
Right.
And so it started there, and then it came back around.
I think if we concentrate on following that, you get that connection, and it's like that's the way life should be. Okay. It's like the pond, the dropping and pebble in the pond. Mm-hmm. The waves or the ripples that affects other, and it finally comes around again, because what happens with the wave, it comes back to itself. Or I feel that's what it does.
That's what that's what it is. Yeah. I mean, regardless, every thought, every word, every action is gonna have that ripple. We may not notice it, but it's happening. I mean, that's just physics.
And one of the things, like if we run into situations where you think twice about doing something like helping somebody or something like that, and then the minute you kind of like say no, it's almost like, if you don't say no, you can, you know what I'm saying? It's like you feel right by saying no, but you just don't want,
You don't want to.
It goes against your grain,
Yeah, it's
And then when you tell somebody, you said you're right to say no. Then you say to yourself, you're second guessing it all the time. But I'm starting to not second guess. And if I start something, I finish. I say, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, when I say it's no. I'm sorry. Because I understand you just used a metaphor.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one where I think it's a butterfly.
Yeah.
Or one of these insects. They're in some type of cocoon or shell.
Right.
And if you help when they're starting to come out, if you break it for them, then they won't have the strength to fly, because they didn't develop by breaking through. So you gotta let them break through that shell themselves.
Same thing with a bird, a chick, or something like that.
Okay.
That's probably laying up. My phone's right behind you. You could edit. No, that's hello. I bet it's Buggy. No, Mom. Hey, Mom, what's up? Okay. All right. I'll be Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, let me check my schedule. Yeah, let me pencil you in so I can do that. No, let me see what time I finish up here, and if I can, I'll give you a call if I'm coming over tonight. If not, I'll definitely make a trip over there tomorrow. Okay. Okay. All right, Mom. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. All right. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay. All right. Bye. Mom's got dinner for me.
Go ahead, do your thing, man.
No. This was one of those things that she was going to do it anyways, and I told her if I go over there, I might go over there before I go. I'm gonna go out to dinner at 6:00 or something. So
okay.
Yeah.
Where y'all headed to?
Village Inn, someplace you'd never eat ever, because it's got spices and food that people, like me eat, but you, blah.
Hey. I once thought, you know what? When I was, I don't know, maybe 20 or some shit. Yeah. It was like maybe 12 o'clock at night or something. And I put on one of these infomercials. Right. I didn't put it on, but I was flipping through the channels. Right. And what was on there was a person saying, something, I never get sick. Well, I haven't gotten sick in 10 years and 5 years. And at that time, with what I knew in my consciousness, I was like, I was in awe. Okay. I was like, how can you never get sick? Yeah. I was like, how is that possible? There's gotta be something to that. And so back then to me, that's like, duh. Like, of course, you're not even supposed to get sick in the first place. Like, duh, like if you take, so I understand what it's like when you hear somebody say no spices on food. Like, just like, he's too, they have this term for eating disorder where the person is too something. Like they want to be like too healthy or too whatever.
Like you?
No, that's not it, because the thing with a person that's obsessive compulsive is that it interferes with their quality of life.
Right.
Where if, like, for somebody who everything has to be orderly in a house, right. Everything has to be at a 90-degree angle. Yeah. Now, if they find something at a 82-degree angle, right. then they will not be the same person. Sure. It will stress them out, and they can't even function. Right. Whether I'm like, okay, everything needs to be at a 90-degree angle and orderly. Right. Because I know what effects that's going to have down the road. I understand how that's going to affect me spiritually in the end. I got you. But if it's at 82 degrees, it ain't going to change nothing. I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. It's 82 degrees. I will adjust. Okay. I'm not going to have a mental breakdown. And that's the difference. I got you. Like, there's a purpose behind, and there's knowledge. Now, let's say tomorrow I do an experiment and I find something different. Well, damn. Well, if this spice is good, well then, hey, that ain't gonna happen. But I'm like, hey, then I'll make a Yui. But
one of the things I catch, there's this British lady. She's like in her 60s or 70s, and she's basically a nurse. Okay, nurse practitioner kind of thing, and she's talking about natural healing methods and stuff like that. And remember, I talked about cayenne pepper. And she says cayenne pepper is not a pepper. Mm-hmm. It's a spice. It's not a pepper like jalapeno or stuff like that. It's not. And one of the good things about cayenne pepper, it will heal your stomach lining.
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
I'm serious.
No, it's not. Okay.
Also,
that's
now,
the stupidest shit I ever heard. Go ahead.
She says that, say for instance, you cut yourself. If you put cayenne pepper on it, it'll stop the bleeding.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
But that's the similar thing what it does in your stomach.
It ain't gonna heal your stomach lining. You have an ulcer and throw some cayenne pepper down there and tell me how that's gonna feel. Hey. Fuck out of here with that dumb shit. It's an irritant.
Look into it.
I know what these spices look.
Yeah, it's a different thing though.
When you've gone through TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, naturopath.
You have.
When you study these things, right. These different modalities, vegetarianism, veganism.
You have.
Everything.
You have.
Yes, I have. I've studied these things.
Okay.
When you know what meridians they go through, I understand where that understandings come from. Okay. I'm not saying they don't have benefits.
Right.
I was telling you yesterday, these spices and these herbs and these potions, these things came about during a time of scarcity, when we didn't have what we were supposed to eat, so we had to make do. We had to go to the second best, and we figured out that hey, when we take this herb, it's going to activate, it's going to stimulate this organ. So this organ is now taking this herb and it's saying, I got to get rid of this stuff. So it's flushing itself out through that. So that's why it looks healthy for that organ. Okay. And the kidneys say, okay, now I got to, it's like you take it in and your body says, how do I get rid of it? Right. So I understand. And sometimes if you do it right, it works, but there's an easier way that's not going to have, no sugar does the same thing. It's like saying, hey, sugar gives your brains fuel. It gives your muscles fuel. Does that mean that you're going to eat a stick of melted Skittles? I lost it on that one. You know what I meant. Yep. Okay, then, but is that healthy for you?
Yep.
No. Yep. We got to look at not only the initial, but the dilatory effects, the secondary, tertiary effects, quaternary effects, the shit that comes on later.
Damn, you better get a dictionary out for this podcast, because those words are really.
That's the true. That shows what the true efficacy of a remedy is. Like, what?
Efficacy.
Hey, I'm just saying. So I understand. Yeah, a lot of things have these. Take enough of that shit and it'll clot. Period, and then see where your ass is at. What an aneurysm.
Hey,
or
I'm
a stroke.
just passing on some things.
I know.
See, that's what I do. If I see something that kind of like, wow, puts my curiosity to it, and I'll tell you about it. Okay,
Here's another one, right?
Here's another one. Go ahead.
Potassium is good for you, right? Sodium is good for you. Magnesium, all these electrolytes.
I think now here's the thing. It's a necessity.
Okay.
I didn't say good for you. I would say it's a necessity.
Okay.
You have to have these things in order to live.
Right.
Okay.
Now, all right.
And I'll say good for you. You can't say that.
You can't say that because if you have too much, then it's bad for you. So, I mean, I think what we're saying, the giving is yes. We're just saying that these are things. We can always go the other way, but we're just saying like sodium is good for you, but take too much of it and see what happens.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So when we say good for you, it's understood. Like, yes, at the right amounts.
Okay.
Right. So now, chlorophyll. That they tout that as, that's good for you. That's why you have the green smoothies and all this other shit. Everything is good for you, right? Fiber, good for you, right?
Man,
what else you got? You got all these different micronutrients. Okay. Oh, that's good for you, right? Okay.
This is the okay.
Okay, so check this out.
Network.
So won't you go there and make yourself a poison ivy shake? Right?
It's got the chlorophyll, right?
Okay. Here's another one. Cocaine, my favorite, right?
My favorite.
At first was shown to help during surgery. I don't know what it's for, either for clots or for to stimulate hemorrhaging. One of those things. Doing blood in surgery, it was shown to be good for something doing surgery. It was medicinal. Right.
Well, the way they passed it around back in the old days, it was medicinal.
Does that mean that you want to take a line of coke?
Well, it depends on what it does to me.
All right, so we got to be, what I'm saying is, yes, these things by themselves are good here and there for certain things, like for a symptom here. But if you want to heal the whole body in an easier way with the least side effects, you can't rely on these. You got to go the whole way. You got a whole way.
Every time we talk about this, I tell you what you should do. You should write a book.
There's nothing that, like I told Mike.
You're a teacher.
No, like I told Mike, there is nothing that me or you are saying differently. It's just on this cast.
Well, I'm just saying, it's kind of like you can speak it. I mean, off the top of your head, like you know it.
Because this is the field that I figured. Look, when I first the growing up as a kid, like it was one thing that really was like, I need to figure this out. I'm not going to have a very happy life or long life. Right. And it was real young. And I was always preoccupied with death. Always. Wow. I was like, I got to figure out, what is this thing, death? Death, what is it?
Why?
Once I you know what? I think I came in with that from from a past.
Yeah.
Because my mother said, yeah, because when you was like 3 or 4, you asked me, what is death or what is something.
Wow.
So I don't know. But I figure I need to figure this out. Once I started getting into it and nobody... you can't ask questions, you can't do this. I'm like, okay, well, apparently y'all not going to tell me either because you're too scared to look at it yourself, you don't have access to it, or you don't have the energy, or you don't want to, whatever it is, but I know there's something here.
I think it's afraid.
Whatever
You're
it
afraid.
is.
That's what it is.
So I went off and I was like, you know what? I need to do my own search.
Right.
I started looking into it, learning things, applying things, and now, okay, bam. Then as that came about, I started learning about the body. So these are the 2 fields that I've always been like, this is it. That's why I'm not as adept at fixing cars, because all my energy,
no,
is going to one thing.
Now I kind of understand. That's a good way of explaining to you how stupid you are. I got that. I got that because you're not exposing yourself to a lot of things. You're exposing yourself to specific things, and you're concentrating on those things because they're important. They're
because my thing is this: if most of our time is spent in eternity, it's spent in the after,
right?
Then why not invest my time in there?
Yeah,
you see, and then work my way back.
Okay,
I can always learn about a car. Hey, that'll take
that's what you're doing now.
But in order to get an understanding of something that I might walk out the door and drop dead, well, now I can at least have something to work with as I navigate where I'm going after. But so it may seem like but nah, this is just where I put my energy at. And I think that's why I have there's no excuse for anybody out there who doesn't want to know anything about anything. Right. Just put your energy there. Right. If I really wanted to know about cars, I'll put my energy in there. I'll try not to. I just don't want to get my nails dirty. I don't want to get my nails dirty, man. I worked hard on these.
You're really...
Well, what happened was I used to bite them to where they were like bleeding.
Yeah.
But that's when I used to eat a lot of sugar.
Right.
So my brain was just anxiety for no reason.
No, you weren't getting enough calcium.
Oh, yeah. Well, that could be. That actually helps.
I mean, you had a deficiency somewhere.
Exactly.
Mental or physical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to get my nails dirty. I ain't fucking with no cars. Not unless I have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, so ain't nobody writing no book. Everybody talking about this shit everywhere. Everybody's talking about this shit.
The way you put it though is more. I get more out of it than if I've heard from other people.
Right, but the thing is not the way I put it. It's the fact that we're just face to face, so you can see my facial expressions.
No kidding.
You can get and there's shit exchanging here now that is not exchanged when we see it on TV or hear it on a podcast or whatever.
Yeah, but the one thing that was another reason I wanted to do that, because you do express yourself well on this subject, and I think more and more people need to hear it. Even though they don't see it, they need to hear it. As far as the information you have is kind of important.
It's a start.
Yeah.
It's always a start.
And here a thing is, say for instance, the information that we put out on this helps somebody, one person. We've done our job.
We've done our job. Imagine, like, I know that's a very trite saying, like, hey, you just have one person.
Yeah.
But imagine if that was true for everybody. Everybody would be taken care of.
Exactly. That's the whole point. I think that's the whole point of our belief system, or supposed belief system, is love your neighbor as yourself. If you take care of yourself as you would your neighbor, hey, everybody would be in the same boat. It's a simple process, but it's a difficult one to follow.
That dude that helped me with putting the line on, all right, so he helped me, right? So then I threw him a couple dollars, and then he said what he said he was going to do with that was buy his rest of his co-workers drinks or lunch or something.
Wow, you gave him a lot of money, didn't you?
No, I didn't. But
they're going to get to water?
I don't know what they're going to get, but what I'm saying is...
Yeah. It was going to one person.
He was always thinking about somebody else.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. Yeah.
Not like, hey, I'm going to put it
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So I think that's the mentality that we all need to have. But the only reason we was able to have that exchange, because I don't know him. He don't know me.
Right.
I don't know his political views, his spiritual views. He don't know mine.
Does it really matter?
We're just seeing each other just as we are.
Right,
And I think that's hard for people to do.
Okay, one of the things like we were talking about at the restaurant, where you had a bad vibe about the waiter, okay.
Hey guys, how you guys doing today?
Okay.
I can help you with that.
All right, that personality is a requirement for his job, pretty much.
I've met other waiters and waitresses.
I understand. Yeah. But look at, I work at Fuddruckers. Okay.
I see what you're saying.
You know, what kind of personality do you want person at Fuddruckers? Hey, can I get you a drink? If you need anything, just wave your hand or something. This dude has got a personality that fits. One of the things is when I first went there, the first time I went there, he was being the second time. The first time, another waitress, and she was just as sweet as can be too. But he was kind of like, he was moving. He was a busy person, because I think they were short, and he was like taking care of a lot of the restaurant, And I looked at him, I said, man, this guy's like really hustling. And then you come to find out he's a grandfather. And then I said,
that nigga,
yeah, he just had a grandbaby. And the thing was, I said, oh, okay. And then when my memory hits in, he says, one of the toughest things to do is diapers for kids,
Is that what he said?
Well, no, that's what I know.
Oh, okay.
Because my mother-in-law was our diaper fairy. Every week there'd be diapers in the house, and we didn't have to, it was one of those things that it was an automatic thing. It was like we had diaper credit.
Like you had diaper subscription.
Yeah, exactly, whether you want it or not. And we didn't even have to ask. It was one of those things, and I said, okay. So I kind of said, hey, what's the name? Got talking to him. And then I've been there 3 times, and same.
So who used to change you?
I'll say my mom. Yeah, my mom. That was yesterday. She changed me yesterday.
Yeah,
I took a massive. Yeah, it was bad.
There was those spices.
Well, it was. Yeah, it was. I Fuddruckered in my pants.
I don't think anybody will be eating at Fuddruckers anytime soon.
Hey, think of the name. Come on. How about Rudfuck? No, that's good. Well, I never thought of it.
That was a good one.
Yeah. But it's one of those things you feel like, say, okay. So I tipped him pretty good, and I says, okay. And it's one of those things where, his life is continuing, my life's continuing. If I see him again, this situation would be pretty much the same. So if I can help him again, it's kind of like thing. And it's not out of.
It's pity. It's pity.
No, it's not pity.
Because if he said he was a millionaire, you wouldn't have tipped him like that. You wouldn't have felt sorry for him.
What's he doing in Fuddruckers? Come on, man.
Maybe he's just down to earth.
Oh, yeah. You know what would happen if that would happen? He would come back to me in his limousine and say, hey, by the way, I appreciate everything you did. Here's $100,000. Okay?
No, he wouldn't have done that.
I'm just saying. It happens. Hey, undercover boss, come on. Go that way.
That's the exception.
Well, that's stage, too. It's a lot of stage. Yeah. Have you seen Key and Peele's Undercover Boss?
Nah.
Oh, look it up. Okay, look up the sketch Undercover Boss Key and Peele. Keegan-Michael Key is
Don't tell me to look it up, and then you're gonna tell me what kind of shit is that?
Well, I'm just okay.
Just tell me to look it up, and I'll look it up.
Sometimes you don't.
Well, hey, y'all look it up because I ain't looking this shit up.
See, there you go.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up
because it's the same thing. It's the same thing where you're unexpectedly helping somebody that is not who they are. And I've seen videos like, for instance, it's called the gold digger syndrome.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Where the guy says, hey, and the lady brushes him off.
He pretends he's blind.
Well, that one. Yeah,
okay,
that one. Yeah. And then there's one guy, he's dressed casual, normal. And then the lady's just, doing her thing. And she doesn't want to be bothered by it. Oh, okay, all right, I'll see you later. And he goes and gets inside of his, Lamborghini. Oh, you got, I'm like saying, dude, you know what you do with that lady?
Run her over.
Exactly. I mean, that is so embarrassing to be on camera and really showing yourself, true self.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
this is how bad it is. She had to sign a waiver for her face to be on TV, so she really don't even care.
Ain't that something?
Ain't that some shit?
Ain't that something? Okay. Or they say, I'm on TV. I don't care what I did. I'm on, come on. I know. It's a bad thing.
I was such in a good mood, but then you bring that up and it's just
really?
So disappointing.
Well,
because people was just, some people just ain't worth the shit.
No, they aren't.
And I want to just, let me stop.
No, go ahead. This is important that you
just want to round them all up and just
grind them off.
Scoot them off a cliff or something.
One at a time. Yep, you asshole. Go next.
That's just.
But I mean, as I hear that as I say, okay, you have to have evil to compare the good.
Well, it's not just to compare the good, but I think what you're trying to appreciate the good.
Well, yeah, okay.
But
okay.
That's a different topic there, because then we're going in what evil is, and I don't want to head down that road. This is a light day.
It's a light day, yeah. It's a Sunday. It's a light day, yeah. This is an unexpected podcast.
Yeah.
But
So where we go from here now? What else going on?
Let's see.
We measured out we know where we're gonna put the deck.
Yeah, it's getting going. I'm almost saying I haven't looked at any videos. I'm gonna start looking at videos just to get an idea of how to start and what to do and all this stuff.
We can at least get the blocks. I mean the cement blocks.
Yeah, well, the footers.
At least get that and
because I would like to actually physically see them out. Yeah. To get an idea how size. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Let's get the blocks, line them up, how we're going to do it, and then measure it out with the measuring tape. Yeah, and get them. Yeah, and just get them in and move them and just dig it when we have a chance.
Well, and also what I like to do is do it instead of buying the whole amount of things. Buy it okay. Here's what we need to get. We need to get the frame. Okay, we put the frame together. Okay, fine. Looks okay. Then we go get the individual boards
as we go.
Because if you buy everything at once, it's like it's a. I don't know how you put it, but
you got to do it all at once.
It
puts a time, a limit.
Well, you see accomplishment, but then you see the pile that's left, and it's like.
I see. Okay.
You don't appreciate what you've done, but you
gives
still
you that sense of accomplishment when you get done with that.
Part one. Yeah, exactly. And plus, you take your time and make sure
this
fits.
Step is done first.
I
know because then you get antsy about getting to the next step.
Right.
Which is why I only like to do 1 or 2 cars.
Because
let me just focus on these two,
and that's what I want to try and do. Focus and
so we'll just get the concrete blocks and the rocks.
Okay, all right.
We'll start with that.
Okay, that's good.
Because that's easy. Once we dig, pour the rocks, put the blocks,
and then measure.
Once that's done,
then we should be good to go.
Yeah, then we can go ahead and put
the frame
be done, and then the blocks will be able to be moved a little bit. So it's not like they're gonna. Yeah. And then make sure everything's equal across, and then go from there.
And the thing I mean, I see people that do projects like that. They just grab all the I'm gonna look at the board and say, hey, we're not gonna have any problem with this one. But if it's like, whoa, we're gonna have to really push and pull and
Well, you don't have to only do that for the frame. You ain't gotta do that for the composite,
because you make that to fit. Yeah.
You don't. And normally for the wood, you make sure they got the humpers towards the sky. And you gotta do that for that. So
the wood to the sky.
There you go.
I didn't catch that.
The hump.
I thought you said compass. I didn't hear hump.
The hump.
Hump.
A hump on the plank. Facing up.
Okay. Wow.
You don't have to do that.
So it's going to be missionary, right?
No.
The hump up.
If you're facing up.
Who's facing up?
Nobody is facing up. The plank is facing up.
Okay.
So, the plank is a missionary.
Okay. Oh, okay. Hey, you got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, exactly.
30.
Hey. Oh, I forgot. You're the Christian now.
You wore clean now.
You're the Christian.
I'm Christian happy.
Exactly. Something touched you. I don't know who did, but somebody touched you.
Jesus touched me. Somebody with a long flowing robe touched me.
Oh no. What's his name? Father such and such?
Their mom called him Uncle.
Uncle. or you were told to call him Uncle.
Yeah, I was told they call him Uncle.
Call him Uncle. Oh, really? He's blood? No, he's not even close. How's your mom doing?
She's good now that she had that burger.
Really? That's good.
Nah, she good. Yeah, she good. She's had to get the same thing your mom's getting, bone graft and
wow.
Implants.
See how much we parallel each other on things to do, you know?
Yeah.
So she got a hold of Portsmouth and all that stuff?
No, she found the one that did it originally, that did another implant sometime long ago, so she went with them.
Okay, well,
because they already know her mouth, I guess.
Okay.
So, so I guess if something...
As long as she's comfortable, that's
I told her, I wouldn't have done it. I would have went to Portsmouth because...
It's free.
I know it would have been cheaper or free.
Yeah,
so.
Mom, I mean, that's why I told Mom, I said, you know, the way you are with money, and, you know, our inheritance is not going to get any, you know, bigger, so you got to, you know, protect that inheritance for us now. Don't be spending on stuff that, you know, like stuff that's vital, like your teeth or something. Come on, save some.
Yeah.
If you can get it for free, do it. Like Joey says, if you can get it for free, do it.
Or if you can do it for free, do it.
Exactly.
It's a fair exchange.
That's a fair exchange, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, man, ain't nothing else. Just working on another video, and that's it.
Did you send me your thing?
The last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent you that.
Okay.
Last one.
What's this one? What's the topic on this one?
Last one was called Yoga Mat. This one's called Pippin.
Oh, that's right. That's an old one, though. You've been working on that a long time, haven't you?
I just wrote it,
Uh-huh.
and I started the video last week.
Right. You just wrote it, but how long have you thought about it?
I thought about it when I wrote it. Yeah.
I mean...
The actual song I wrote.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What I've experienced happened a while back.
Right,
but,
right. Okay.
Yeah, the actual song was written recently, and then so that's our little project on the side. That should be done probably next week.
Anything? What's your schedule next week?
Well, I was hoping it would rain tomorrow, and one day it says it will, the next day it says it won't.
Right.
But I don't think it's
going to.
Yeah, it's gonna be sunny, so I gotta drive over to Chesapeake tomorrow, Bay Meadows, and
I had a good Friday because it rained all day.
I know.
Those are just.
You got paid to talk shit.
I used to hate when it rained because it kind of like, you know, I could have done this, I could have done that. Now I'm like saying, man, you got, you know, it's telling you not to do it. You know, I'm going by nature. You know, nature says if it's raining, don't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to stay with nature.
Yeah, I'm on that same tip. Like, if it rains, I don't do shit.
Hey, I mean, sometimes I gotta cut grass. Shoot, it rained. One of the things was I would force myself to cut grass. Okay. I mean, I would cut grass in the rain. It was that kind of bad. Now it's like, it'll go, you know.
Now it's like, well, it's gonna get taller, but I'll just raise the
I'll accommodate myself to it, without putting pressure on myself. So I'm gonna probably cut grass tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. If it rains, I don't have to cut grass. Like I said, if it rains tomorrow, hey, you don't have to go in. That's a pretty good. Well,
schedule. I won't know till tomorrow morning, but I think I gotta go to work, so I'll just go to work. I know I gotta go to work Tuesday. That's still.
Yeah, what you got to do?
I gotta do one for Rachel, and I think I might book Alavera.
Oh,
I might book her. So.
When's the last time you did
Alavera?
VP's car or Jeep?
Last Friday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen you do hers in a while.
Yeah, I did it last Friday.
Yeah.
The bugs on that joint because
Uh-huh.
she drives back and forth to North Carolina is crazy, but
You still use what's it called to keep clean it or to get the bugs off?
I use my secret ingredient.
Oh, spit and
Nah, it's
you're running out of that stuff. You know?
my secret ingredient. That shit takes everything off. Starts with a G. I'll tell you after. Can't give away all my secrets.
Oh no, that's what is it called?
That's a trade secret.
Trade secret, yeah.
Trade secret. It's a trade secret. It's an ancient Chinese secret.
Yeah.
You know about that, right?
Oh man, that's that's something else though. That's for real.
You would know, right?
Right. I mean, you thought that was just a slogan or something. No, they pulled that out of truth there. Ancient Chinese secret.
That might be the name of my detailing company. Ancient Chinese secret.
Why'd you get a lot of calls?
Get a lot of bricks through my window.
Exactly. With Chinese boxes thrown with it.
Here's your Chinese secret, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Oh, what they say in China?
What's that?
Here's your Chinese secret, nigga. nigga.
Yeah. That was Chappelle too. I think he did that.
Who was that?
Well, Chinese. the language.
No, I'm saying because that's nigga over there means this.
Right.
I don't know what Dave Chappelle was doing.
I don't know if he did it. I think he might have done it that way too. I'm not sure.
They couldn't have known.
I don't know. I think
this.
he might have. Well, I'll check into it.
He might have did the accent, but I don't think
he did that too.
Yeah.
He does it real well.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Speaking of Chinese, you ever heard of the Black Shang?
No.
Yeah. It's blacks who were Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a history thing. Might want to
Look into it.
look into it.
All right. Like the Black Madonna?
No, that's
No.
a little different.
Okay.
These are actual people, Chinese black people in the East.
How'd they get there?
And
You brought it up.
I know I shouldn't have
You
brought it
shouldn't
up.
have.
I'm gonna
No.
edit this out.
You know, the thing about it is you're getting your culture into everything, you know? You're into Spain, the Moors.
Yeah.
You're getting into China, the
Black Shang,
Yangs, the Changs, or whatever.
Black Wang.
Yeah. the Muslims, you know, you thought they were kind of, tannish, but they originally,
Brown.
yeah, exactly.
Of a hued sort.
How long we been here?
I don't know what it's like. Let me look at this. About an hour.
About an hour. Okay.
So yesterday we did part 2. We'll do part 3 coming up probably Saturday. And we'll just keep on going until we finish the program. It's 4 hours long, so however many parts.
The sad thing is we're only doing about maybe 20 minutes out of the program because we're stopping so many times.
We got to do it justice, right?
Yeah. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to review it and like certain things that we actually know and talk about, we don't have to listen to. But certain things that we have a question about to stop and give our own 2 cents. And that's what we've been doing. And I think that worked out fine.
Yeah, but if you review it, ain't gonna. It's like where's
Well, I've heard it before. That's the point. That's the only reason I brought it up.
Yeah, I think I seen it a while back too.
Yeah. But this one is accumulation of all that series. It's not just the one. It's all the series where it explains.
I mean, we ain't in no rush.
No,
just let that shit run.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. We could like. We don't have to like. We could do part 1, part 2, up to part 300. That's fine. Yeah. But even if in there's like a different one we do, you see what I'm saying? Like non-Bible related, then we'll just do that.
Oh, sure. I think it depends on what comes up. This will be a continuous series, but if something hits the fan, we need to turn the fan on.
I have to. It's like when I start a series, I have to watch for me to skip. Because I look like, all right, if the History Channel is gonna put all their money and time and resources into making this program, then I'm pretty sure they're putting in stuff that they think like their best. I'm the best, so let's play it out. Let's just play it out. I'm in a rush.
I think one of the things about the History Channel is they really do their research, and I think they're not questioned as far as There's certain things they question, but they're pretty confident in what they're putting out. That you can back it with the.
Well, they have different people from different. Fields of education talking about, and that's the way you should do it. When you're trying to.
Yeah, but then you go the other way, like for instance, the media. If you look at the media the way it is, where CNN is left and Fox is right, and then you got to say, well, who's telling you the facts or who's telling you the truth? And there's hardly anybody in the center that could actually says, that this is, without being prejudiced. That's the hard thing about it, because you can slant things any way you want to nowadays, and you got to be careful on how you listen to something, because if it has an agenda to it, that means that they're emphasizing their agenda rather than what's actually happening.
Yeah, that's why that's why I really don't. I mean, people try to tell me, "Hey, you should listen to this person, or listen to this guy." But the main reason I do is to why I don't listen to them is not because I think I know everything, but because
I thought you did.
Nah.
You sure?
Nah, well,
you showed me the card that you said, Mr.
but
Everything.
I do, but I pretend I don't.
Okay. Well, you're faking it. Not too bad.
But it's to keep my channels clear, because you're getting somebody else's interpretation or their slant.
Right.
And what I found is coming up, listening to people and listening to things, I'm like, whether it's somebody talking or me reading, it's like, this is common sense. Yeah. Like, if you actually shut the fuck up and listen to yourself, intuition, and just think about these things. These things is like stuff you already thought of now, but you just need somebody you can channel this shit straight from the source, so to speak.
Sure.
And a lot of times having this person talking to you, it's like it's throwing you off. Right. Like, how are you gonna listen to your higher self when you got somebody in your ear all the time? Like, no, keep things clear.
One of the things that people got to realize that you have to know the difference between opinion and fact, okay? Because opinion is what they think, fact is what it is. Now, sometimes they sprinkle fact in their opinion, but they basically go by what they think is what is real. And they're convincing you that that's what it is. And that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, that's why I don't, that's at least when it comes to religion. They're going to have their slant.
They have to. Yeah.
They're trying to recruit you. So they're going to, it's like when somebody's telling you a story about what happened, about altercation that happened between themselves and somebody else. But when they tell it to you, they always tell it to you in a way that paints them in a good light.
Yeah.
You know, then you hear the other person and they'll paint it in a way it's somewhat the truth, but they'll just omit one or two things that and I'm like, nah, that's the way 99% of the people with egos.
Right.
Only happens when there's an ego.
Yeah.
You know, when your allegiance is to your ego and not to the greater. So I just stay away from that and just, you know, instincts, intuition.
Right.
You know. Now what I do is, like, let's say I have a question, like a question just pops in. I was like, there's something there.
Yeah.
Then I go investigate.
Right.
You know. And then I see where that leads me. Then I put it away and then I'll digest that and then, you know.
Well, like when I scour the YouTube, you know, just watching that, something will pop up and I'm like, whoa, okay. And that's like what I heard, and kind of like it kind of took off for me. And I said, I think this is what we need to talk about, you know. And it's a broad enough subject that we can both relate to it. And I think that's how we actually work our different episodes, where we have each opinions of it, but we also know certain things about it that the other person doesn't know, and we follow up on it. And one of the best things about you is that you research it to the point that it makes it disgusting and sickening, and you know, you just make it so boring. It just, I think you cut people off. I'm just saying, you know, with these big words that you use, you know, I think you
not even. Are you crazy?
I think you got to dumb it down a little bit.
No,
just
I think I have to step my game up.
Well,
is what
I don't know about that.
Have you heard these people? Have you heard these people on CNN?
You know, that's why I don't hear.
Now I know they have a.
That's why I don't hear.
I know they have a teleprompter.
Yeah, they do.
And they got to write this script out beforehand.
Other people write it out.
Right.
For them. You know, all they're doing is reading a script.
But, you know, that's how we need to come across.
Yeah.
We need to be so sharp that it looks like it sounds like we have a teleprompter and we had scripted this out.
Hey, everything that's coming out of my mouth is, I don't know where it's coming from. It's an automatic on-off switch. Hey, if I babble, you know, if I speak incoherently, it's like my switch is broke.
Hey,
you know.
Same here.
But when I come up with an idea or a flow, it's like something's clicking.
It's very intelligible. It's very eloquently stated and I can, clear and concise.
And I can bring up things that are relatable to it that other people can relate to it, which is kind of, I think it's a gift, you know.
I think that's the goal, ain't it?
Yeah.
To make that connection.
Yeah.
You know, we're here to connect with people.
To have one person, if we get one person to listen to it. I mean, those other ones, you know, I doubt if anybody's listening. That's the whole point. I doubt it.
You know what?
It's in the ether. It's in the ether.
Well, we realize that whether somebody listens to it or not, we're gonna get ours regardless.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Talking about ripples.
Yeah. Know, yeah.
And it happens.
I think one other thing is it tells me I'm not in a hurry anymore. You know? If it happens, it happens. If it don't. But I'll be surprised if it does, boy. I'll just be like I want somebody to come that I never heard. Oh, by the way, you know, that Text Forever pod. Yeah, man, is that you? I said, yeah, that's me. He says, where do you get that guy on the other side? Where did you find him?
You got to get rid of this nigga.
He just showed up one day, you know, and said, hey, can you talk to me about something? I said, well, let me make some time.
Can you tell me about the good word, yeah, Jesus? Exactly. Now they're gonna be like, are you that guy from the podcast? Here's a bucket of blood and stuff. Or whatever they want to, the activists want to.
Right. Be sure to paint your name in blood right here. Okay, now you're a member of the cult. Be sure to listen every time. Subscribe.
I go out to my truck and I see something painted on my damn truck. I'm like, these bitches made my truck look better. Thank you. Hey,
I'll never wash this off.
Yeah, I'll wash that bitch in the fry. I'm not wasting company resources on my own vehicle.
There you go.
That bitch will be dirty.
That's right. Hey, you don't take your work home. I've learned that a long time. You don't take it home.
You don't get high on your own supply.
Right, exactly,
in other words.
Exactly. Who are you impressing? Yourself?
Shit.
No.
As long as the inside's clean. That's all I
Hey, that's all I count. I mean, you got to get all that smallpox out of there, though.
Hey.
You know?
Well, I'm
Spanish
good.
people, they were full of it, weren't they?
I don't eat that foreigners, what's the word I'm looking for?
Juju.
No, not colonist. The other C word. Not that one. The other one.
Colonial? No, not
colonialism, right? Yeah,
is
the
it
colonialist.
Yeah.
Is it colonial? No.
Colonists.
No, not colonists. The ones that came and conquered everything, but they we're not gonna move forward until we get this word.
What, conquistadors?
No, not. But it's that same. It's along that same thread.
Explorers? No.
No, they came over and they. I guess it would be colonists. Yeah, colonists. They colonized everything.
Yeah.
I think that's the word. I know it's a C word.
Well, you're a C word.
Yeah. If I had a C word, I wouldn't be here with you. I'll tell you that.
No, you'd be playing with your C word. Edit.
This has actually been a pretty clean one, though.
Yeah, actually,
pretty clean.
But I think this is our. Yeah, you've been very clean. I had to throw shit in there just to.
I've had a few niggas here and there, you know, but.
Did you say the N word anytime?
Yes.
How many times?
I said it a lot less than before, but I've said it plenty. I said it when I did the Chinese thing.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's right. But that was that.
Or this.
Or that. When did that or this? Starts with this or that?
Nigga in Chinese means this.
Oh, not that.
No. Oh, I guess it could, but they told me it means this.
Sure.
Yeah, they could have been lying to me.
Who told you?
And just calling me a nigga the whole time.
Who doesn't call you that? Come on. And that's your middle name?
You call me that?
No, never.
You be like, when I leave out of here, glad this nigga's gone. Dang. Thought this nigga,
this
nigga would never leave.
Would be when I leave. Man, that motherfucker.
Thought this nigga would never leave.
That yellow.
Can't call you that too yellow because I'm halfway there too.
No, you're not. You're more tan.
No, that's
well,
the same.
actually, we're about the same color in the summertime. Yeah. Well, you're getting whiter. You don't expose yourself as much.
I'm starting to though. You should see my shoulders.
Really? Wow.
You might see them when we start working on the deck so I can get some sun.
Great.
Gray is the color that it is too. It's pale gray.
That's worse than pale white.
Yeah, well, it's nutritional deficiencies. I'm dying.
First you're brown, then you're gray, and then you're dead, right?
God damn.
No, that's funny how you talk about thinking about death and all that. That is, you know, and you can remember that too.
I mean, that's the reason I do anything in life. Anything in life, that's the end game.
Yeah.
It's because I know no matter what I do or don't do,
right,
it's gonna affect that point in this lifeline.
Yeah,
you know that's so. Whether,
but I mean, there kind of has to be a memory of something that caused you to, you know, be so curious or bring.
The only thing I can think back of is just like I said, when I was in church with my grandmother, 3 or 4, and I would just hear the pastor saying, "Believe in Jesus and you shall receive immortal life."
Yeah.
And I'm like, immortal life? What is immortal life? Like, I was like, why do we even die in the first place? Like, that doesn't. So that always stuck with me. Then I got to a point where I was scared of ghosts, like Unsolved Mysteries. Remember that show?
Yeah.
That I saw one story. I'm like, I should have never seen that. Yeah.
I can't believe that you really.
Yeah, I used to be scared of ghosts.
20?
Nah, I was in I think 3rd grade or 4th grade, something like that. I used to sleep with a water gun next to me, so in case I saw one, I would.
Or in case you peed the bed, you could say, "Hey."
And I can tell you one experience I had that was I'm not going to tell you because we're about to wrap it up.
Okay.
Maybe I'll save it for another
Save
day.
it for another time, yeah.
But, yeah, I've always, that other side has always intrigued me.
It's the unknown, too. It's not,
the unknown.
Yeah. Oh, I've always ghost stories and all that stuff. I mean, the paranormal, anything that, I'm just curious about it, but it's like, I'm not obsessed with it, it's just something, hey, it's there, you can't deny the fact.
Like I said, I wouldn't even say, I'm not saying you're saying that I'm taking it that way, but I'm just saying it wasn't even like an obsession. It was just like, it's just like I know something is there.
Yeah.
And it's more than just superstition. Like, can't just say that. No, I know that and the more I started investigating it and applying my energies towards it, I see that it's just as practical, it's just as scientific as it is in this plane. It's just that this science hasn't reached that science. It's like this is a physical science, and then you have a spiritual science. And I see that there is really no distinction except just a subtle curtain. And once we cross over that, damn, it just makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Like, okay, no wonder. Like, okay, so that means if I do this, it's gonna have this effect. Like, whether here or in the afterlife, or the Jews don't even believe in an afterlife. Do you know why?
No, why is that?
Because they believe life never ends. See?
Okay.
Now this is Old Testament stuff. This is Jews' Old Testament.
Okay.
So why would it be after a life that never ends? It just continues.
But all right, what is their thinking that once, so they don't die? Is that what you're saying?
There's no death.
Okay.
Yeah, they just your body goes, but you just continue.
Okay. And where does that go?
This goes into their Kabbalistic, esoteric knowledge of Judaism. Remember, every religion has the exoteric and the esoteric. The exoteric is the stories, the stuff they tell everybody, the universal truth. Love thy neighbor, don't kill, don't do this, be nice, okay, hiya, kumbaya. The esoteric is that secret, arcane knowledge that you don't tell everybody because, like I was telling you yesterday, when an ego grabs a hold of it, they can use it to do dark magic, or negative shit. So that's why it's a secret. That's why you have to be initiated.
Ancient Chinese secret,
nigga. You have to be initiated into these certain things so you can gain this knowledge. Because, just imagine. I'm not saying this is it, but imagine if somehow you show a kid or somebody with a kid mentality who doesn't have control over their emotions. Right. That if you snap your fingers, you can create a tornado. You have that control of the forces now. So that means every time they get mad at somebody because they called him a punk ass little nigga in school, now he's just gonna snap his fingers. And no, this you have to be responsible with the knowledge and the stuff.
What did Spider-Man say? With great power comes greater responsibility.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it may be corny, but it's kind of like has a fundamental truth to it,
These cliches are cliches for a reason.
Yeah.
So back on the Jews. It always comes back to the Jews.
They're the special one. No, they're the chosen ones.
Yeah, ooh, they're the chosen ones.
Have you ever been a chosen one?
No, I have not been a chosen one.
Never been on like a basketball team where somebody said, I choose.
Oh yeah, well.
See, that's a chosen one.
They called me.
What they called?
I remember what. One. I remember. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was cool. He was like, "And you're the prodigy of the team. You're the one that." I'm like, "Man, what are you talking about?" Like, I was pretty good. Though.
Oh, see, that's the thing. Hey, you're very modest about that. Yeah.
Like, but I did have some good teammates though. That was good high school years playing ball. That's a camaraderie that.
See, I think that's what sports is all about too. It's not about the money. It's not about it's the relationship between the guys.
You know what?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
Yes, you're right. But for those athletes that say they do it for the love, stop bullshitting.
Yeah.
Because if they paid school teachers, what they pay athletes, would you be an athlete for the love of it? Because you just love it so much? No, your ass would be in college trying to be a school teacher. So don't give me that shit. Not you, but like when they say that, I do it for the love and my blood, sweat, and tears for the love. Nah, it's because you got $350 million contract. That's why. Do it for the love. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Hey, you owe me a
I'm
hamburger.
back.
You owe me a
back.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Anyways.
But it's about, it's the same feeling you have. Like, say, for instance, I enjoy hearing like war stories and stuff like that, and especially like special forces and things like that. And all they talk about is the guy next to them. It's not about me; it's the guy next to him. And the same thing with sports. You know, your linebackers depend on you to get through and make the play. You know, if you don't, you. And I think the quarterback, same thing.
I think that's why sports, all these analogies apply to life, right? Because it's just something about a group. I think it's something within our being that just, I don't want to say craves, but feels the need to be a part of a team to build something together.
Yeah.
And that's because, and I think that's the way, because it's the way we're made.
Mm-hmm.
Like every cell in our body is working together to be tissues. Every tissue in our body is working together to be organs. Every organ in our body, so forth and so forth.
Yeah.
And so that comes across
the same.
Yeah, the same. Yeah. So whether you want to make a family, get a partner, have kids, build a home, a house, that's one thing. When you want to be a part of a team, build that. At work, when you're part of a group project, you want to build this. And I think no matter where it's at, build a business. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. It's like something is to come together and build something together. I think that's innate.
That's this right here.
This is part of it. Yeah,
it is, because I don't think I would do this on my own.
I probably wouldn't either.
It just wouldn't come across.
And even if I did, it'll be missing something.
Yeah, comedy and humor and intelligence.
Yeah, you want to do the podcast on your own? Sounds like you want to do it on your own.
No, I want to do stand-up comedy. That's what I want to do. Yeah.
Well, you can start here.
Okay, I do.
You have do a type 5.
No, I gotta write that up. Yeah. And that's a well, shoot, we're going on, but that's another thing about comedians. They make it look so easy, but the work they have to put. I mean, it's the same thing with musicians and things. Then I said, damn, how do they do that? And it's like you don't see them.
It's rehearsal.
It is. It's a continuous, like over and over and over again.
They go on. That's why they don't allow cell phones when they do these comedy shows.
Yeah.
They go on tour around the country first.
Yeah.
They try the jokes, and then they find, if I wait,
refine it. They do.
Right.
Yeah.
So for example, if they say a joke, and then next time they'd be like, well, damn, if I wait 2 more seconds. Mm-hmm. Before I started, then that'll be a bigger laugh.
For instance, when I keep bringing up Nate Bargatze, but he's so natural. It's just I enjoy listening because it's not to say that he's slow, but he shows it so well. It's what is it called? It's not enlightening, but it's
insightful.
No, it's you go, aw, it's like you're empathetic with it because he's not like he talked about going to community college for a year and never got a credit, and he also talked about his tuition was $40 and he paid cash, that kind of thing. So he's so natural, but he also explained to him that how he did it, and it's 20 years. It's not just yesterday, or it's 20 years of, and it's a style, it's a building, and it's work, and same thing with basketball or whatever. It's the work he put into it. He would do the same thing when you talk about. He would have 5 minutes tight 5 minutes. Like if he goes on like the Tonight Show, he would have that, and it's like boom, 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 and it's. And he makes it sound like it just came. It's fresh.
You're right.
That's the key. It's got to sound fresh, like he's never said it before. And that's
yeah, it takes work, man. That's why, hey, no excuses. Ain't no excuses, man. I don't care. If you want to do something, do it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, then just say you don't want to do it and do something else. Right. But don't front. Like, stop bullshitting. Yeah. I ain't got time for that. You may have time for that. I ain't got time.
I ain't got time for that. Cause
I may look like I had time.
You got a lot of time in your hands. I don't know how you do it. You barely eat. I take my time eating, but you You
did not take. Hold up. You did not take your time eating. You had a ribeye, 6 chicken fingers, a thing of fries, and a milkshake, and you ate that shit down in 12 minutes. I was like, this motherfucker, I ain't gonna say nothing, but.
Oh, you're not gonna say what you say.
This is highly uncouth.
The funny thing is, my mom says the same thing. Like if I go out to lunch or dinner with her, I mean, I'm like miles ahead of her in eating, but it's out of habit though.
I'm like, I hope he ain't rushing because I'm not eating, and he's not trying to have me sit. Nah, he's just
it's out of habit when you work at a place where you only have 20 minutes to eat.
I see,
it's like you and you're.
I got you.
Yeah, it's just something that you do, and I have to learn to slow down a little bit.
Man, this motherfucker, like when they say come up for air, but they give you CPR and shit. They had mustard all on his goatee and shit.
What the hell that mustard? Oh yeah, I forgot.
They had the shit all on his earlobes. Like damn.
Hey, I had a good time.
Yeah, that's cool. I know you did.
But you didn't.
I did.
No, you did. You kept playing with your food, like yourself. You just kept playing with it. Nothing happened either.
Just had it. I was playing with my meat. Okay.
Oh, I know.
Had some
I'm
tissue.
surprised you didn't ask the. Could you take this for a wash? Bring it right back.
I wasn't gonna make him do the extra work. Plus,
he done it.
Well, I ain't paid for it, so I ain't worried about it.
That's how you felt.
If I pay for that shit,
you'd be upset.
Like, you may be 2 more with nothing on it.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, my money. Nah, it was cool hanging out with y'all.
It was cool. Fun, and I think the daughter and all, she enjoyed it too. So.
Especially when I say, "Hey, look at Tanner." She busted out laughing. that
or when you called him pal and buddy.
Oh yeah. I said, we got a deal. We're gonna exchange legs, so I can be a couple inches taller. Cause he got some long legs and no torso.
And no, he's skinny as all.
He's just legs, a little bit of torso, and head.
His accomplishment is bowling. He's a good bowler, and he does that 2-handed bowling.
Because he's weak.
His
no ass arms and shit can't even.
My nephew's the same way. When I went bowling for the first time, I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Do professionals do that?
I've seen maybe one. And I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where the guy does that, and I'm like, there's something to it because the way they can drill the ball to make it fit, and the way they can.
It reminds me, it's like some people shoot free throws overhand.
Yeah.
And some people shoot free throws underhand.
Yeah.
It works.
It's whatever works. I mean, Shaquille could have done the underhand, but he didn't look like a
he had
like a grandma doing it.
He's got a reputation.
Exactly. Yeah, but look at his reputation on his free throws too.
But he looked cool either way though.
Yeah. And who in their right mind would criticize him? I mean, as big as he was, I mean, you're gonna say, "Man, what is wrong with you?"
Really? I make $30 million a year, and you're gonna complain about my free throws? Really? Fuck out of here. Really?
Good one.
Anyways.
All right, I think we're good. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I appreciate you coming over, man.
No, I appreciate the invite.
That was good. I mean, sometimes these are the best ones too because it's off the cuff and it's not what you say, it's who you're saying it with.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Just shooting the shit.
That's it. That's all we were doing.
Shooting the shit.
Yeah.
All right now.
All right.
Texas forever.
Good one.